Kia ora, good morning. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling start to your day. We just got back from our walk. Oh, jeepers. Hot and flushed. And still getting ourselves sorted out, but wanted to get on here and, oh, here's a mess. It's no wash hair day today. So it's bed hair and walking hair and Zeffie says hello. Anyway, I hope you're off to a super fantastic, sparkling start. Today we have 3 really cool challenges for you. Your mindset challenge today is about gratitude. We need to visit this one regularly because keeping in a mindset of gratitude helps things occur. So, sorry, my dog's getting tangled up in my feet. She's exhausted. She just had fun. If you haven't seen her Facebook group page, Zeffie's Adventures, go check it out. We've got a short video there of her digging in a new friend's site. She decided she was going to dig. She was digging some big holes. And we managed to catch some of it on video. So go check that out. So she's a little exhausted from that and her long walk this morning. Anyway, gratitude. So the more grateful you are for things, the more open you are to receiving great things in your life. So who are you grateful for today? Send that person a note to say, hey, I am grateful you're in my life because. Is there somebody who has been a great mentor to you, a great coach, a really good friend? Just send them a note, preferably handwritten, but you don't have to. If you use one of the card sending services out there, you could send them a card just to say, hey, you're awesome. I just want to know that how much I appreciate you and the fact that you are in my life. I'm very grateful to be a friend, or I'm very grateful that you were my mentor. Just somebody who has inspired you, or thank you for inspiring me to become blah, 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 blah. So today it's all about gratitude to somebody who has been a big influence in your life. So target the influences in your life, whether they be a business mentor, a friend, or a family member, and just send them a note, or even a teacher from school. Just reach out to them and just send them a note that says, hey, thank you so much for being part of my life. Thank you for inspiring me. Thank you for helping me through this struggle. Thank you for, just whatever it is that you're grateful to them for. Just say thank you. Just as simple as that. Something as simple. So today is been about gratitude for your mindset. Business. So last week we worked on the whole week on processes. So now you've got all those processes in place. What do we do with them? Well, when you get processes in place, it brings up, each step is a step in the process, but some steps require a little more work to implement. So we call them projects. And you'll see behind me, my mirror, that's my project board. So the big orange pieces at the top, that would be these ones up here, they tell me what the project is, where it fits in my process, and when I have to have it completed by. And then each post-it note, ignore the first row. The first row is my weekly, is my daily challenge calls. This row here, these 2 rows here are for that first, oh God, getting my fingers. These 2 rows here are for this first orange thing. These are the steps that I have to do, and the steps are broken. The steps I have to do to complete the project. The steps are broken down into steps that take no more than 60 minutes. 60 minutes at a time. In fact, I put a time limit on myself of 50 minutes because when I use calendar blocking, I put in 50-minute time slots, which ensures that I get a 10-minute break between each activity in my block or appointment. And it's very important that you get the 10-minute breaks in between, because otherwise you're going to be working straight through with no bathroom break, no food break, no refreshment break. It'll be a very long day. So the big orange ones at the top are your projects, and the yellow sticky notes below are the steps that have to be taken. Now, I usually color code, because you'll see the other one over there has got some different colors, based on the app that I use or the method that I'm going to use to complete that task. The second orange one actually has the yellow sticky notes, and I totally forgot to change the color, but on them I've actually used a green highlighter to show that they're a different modality for being completed. And then I have my blue ones, and my blue ones, and then my lime green ones, and then the ones that are down the bottom there or mishmatch, they're my to-do list. It's like I'll be talking to somebody and I'm like, oh yeah, and it'll remind me that I have to do something, or it will trigger me to do something, like I have to send an email out. Oh yeah, and so it reminds me, so I put it on a sticky note, whap it up there, because when I'm sitting at the table here, hang on, I've got to get this right. When I'm sitting here at the table working, I can just easily reach up and slap the note right there. so that so I can see it, and then I'll go back to that afterwards and figure out, does it belong on any of my projects, or is it something that's got to be done on the to-do list? Where does it fit into my calendar, and get it scheduled and get it done? So that's the projects. So get your project. So go through your So this week we're going to be talking projects the whole week. So your goal for today for the projects is to go through the processes that you did last week, pick out the steps that you're going to have to do more work on, and create a project around that step. And then break that project, and then so write down what your projects are going to be. Tomorrow we'll break them down even further, and then we'll start blocking them into our calendar or maybe we'll do that tomorrow. So once you work out what your projects are, start breaking them down into smaller steps, because when they're in smaller steps, because when you look at a project and you go, oh my God, that's a massive project. But when you break it down into smaller steps of what needs to be done, it shows you, this is stuff that I can do, this is stuff that I'm going to need help on, this is stuff that I can outsource. Even though I could do it, it'll be better if I have somebody else do it, because it's a better use of my time. So we want you to start thinking that way as well. So start breaking down the steps in your projects, figure out go through your processes, figure out your projects, and start breaking them down. And then tomorrow we'll talk about what to do with the steps once they're broken down. Now, your fun challenge for today. This is about the only time I ever follow a recipe is for baking. Cooking, when it comes to recipe for cooking, I consider that the foundation of the recipe, and it's open to experimentation. Baking, I'm not as confident when it comes to baking, so I tend to follow the recipes because it's kind of a little more of an exact science. But get baking. And again, get the kids involved with the baking as well, because they can learn math while they're doing it. You need half a cup. Well, how many halves make a whole? You need a quarter cup. How many quarters make a whole? Start working in their math in that way, especially if they're younger and they're just learning fractions. And then maybe you can start talking about, if you are aware of the processes that take place during baking and can talk to it confidently, maybe you can talk to the science of baking. I'm not. I'm just I follow the recipe, I put it in the oven, and whatever comes out, comes out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, because sometimes I screwed up a little bit along the way. I didn't mix it correctly. Usually I find that I don't, if it says fold in, I'm sort of fold. Okay, I have to fold this. And sometimes I end up stirring rather than folding, or I have to beat something and I just end up stirring it, or I stir something when I should have, I beat something when I should have been stirring it. So I kind of get those terms a little mixed up at times when I'm baking, and so you never know what's going to come out. But I know with a pavlova, that one comes out almost perfect every time. And if you don't know what a pavlova is, it is a big meringue pie. It's about anywhere from 6 inches to 12 inches in diameter, so across the thing, and it's just this big pile of meringue, and you cook it up and you bake it up, and it comes with a thin crust, and the inside is this soft mellowy inside, which tastes like air. It's really good. It's just egg whites and sugar, and then you mix them all together. But it's a very exact science on doing that one, because you have to make sure the eggs are beaten. The egg whites are beaten to the right consistency, because if you don't do it to the right consistency, you end up with sugar crystals on the outside. You end up with it being flat. You end up with it not doing what it's supposed to do. It can be a disaster. So making a pavlova is a very exact science. I find it a little on the easy side to do, probably because I've done so many of them. I haven't done any in the RV yet because I have an oven that I don't know. And when you have an oven that you don't know, it makes it very interesting. So I still have to figure out how to turn the thing on. It's gas, which is okay. I have no problem cooking with gas. But this oven, apparently RV ovens cook a little differently to regular ovens. And I'm not exactly sure how to even light the thing. So I have to go online and find the user manual to figure out how to even light it. I have the lighter. I know that part. And I've got to light the pilot, but I don't know where the pilot is. But I'm going to figure it out one of these days. I don't think it will be today, or it will be a good day to try some baking, but I don't have all the ingredients for baking. So, yes, it means I'll have to go to the grocery store. Not really want to do that today. Today's laundry day. Got to get laundry done. But anyway, so there's your challenges for today. So your mindset is about gratitude to somebody who has inspired you. sending them a note to say thank you for the inspiration that you've been in my life, or thank you for the part that you have played in my life during this time, for helping me through it, whatever it is. The business side is about projects, going to your processes that we worked on last week, and picking out the steps that require more work to implement. So we create a project around that and breaking them down into smaller steps. And your fun activity today is all about baking. Go bake, go have fun with it. See what creations you can come up with. It could be as basic as you want it to be, or it can be as complicated as you want it to be, depending on your level of expertise and how adventurous you feel like being. So that's it from me for this morning. Have a super fantastic sparkling day, and we will catch you guys later on this evening. Hei konera.